part of this agreement, Blaine Salamoni no longer has a black mark on his employment record with the Baton Rouge Police Department.
Fox 44's Kellyanne Biley is here to explain what that means, along with the other terms announced in the settlement.
Yeah, well, basically, guys, we know now that Blaine Salamoni will never be employed with the Baton Rouge Police Department again. However, we did learn also that based on the terms of this settlement, he can apply to other law enforcement agencies, and he doesn't have to disclose that he was once fired as a police officer. Listen in.
Mr. Salamoni will not return to the Baton Rouge Police Force. The Baton Rouge Police Department agreed to allow Mr. Salamoni to voluntarily resign his employment retroactive to March 30th, 2018, which is the date of the termination, in lieu of his being terminated.
The decision to settle with Blaine Salamoni comes nearly 3 years after the former Baton Rouge police officer played a role in the deadly shooting of Alton Sterling.
Chief Paul was not hired as chief until well after July 5th, 2016. The investigations of the shooting, both internally by BRPD and externally by federal and state authorities, took place under a prior administration.
The initial investigation, we believe that it wasn't as thorough as it should have been, and that could have potentially interfered with our efforts.
Chief Paul learned during his review of the available evidence regarding Mr. Salamoni that he had been arrested for involvement in a physical altercation or domestic abuse incident prior to even joining the force. This incident would have normally prevented an individual from being accepted onto the Baton Rouge Police Department. Mr. Salamoni even failed to acknowledge that he had such an arrest on his application for employment with the police force.
After a thorough investigation under Chief Paul's leadership, his attorney Leo Hamilton said there was enough evidence to show Salamoni had a history of unnecessary aggression and behavior unbecoming of an officer, something Salamoni's attorney Tommy Dewey disagrees with.
The federal government and the state government, the Attorney General's office, had both cleared him criminally based on all the same evidence. We would have been successful in the civil service appeal.
And we did see that Salamoni's legal team filed an official motion to dismiss the appeal on Wednesday. Otherwise, we would have seen that hearing go in front of the courts later this month.
So, Kellyanne, Blaine Salamoni, he could work for another police department.
Well, ironically, I did ask Tommy Dewey, who is the attorney you just heard from there, who was co-counsel on Salamoni's case, and he simply said that, you know what, it's up to his client to make that decision, but it is a possibility.
Outside of this, what other terms maybe were in the settlements?
You know, really, that's it. That's what we saw, because there's no money changing hands at all here. He's not going to receive any back pay, nor will he receive any compensation moving forward.
All right, Kellyanne Biley, thank you very much. We continue our team coverage now.